Guys, welcome to another, I almost said stream, but another video on my channel. This one is not going to be a stream. I may occasionally stream parts of this, but this is a out-of-box review of the Ocean Liner Queen Mary 2 from Revell. It's one 400 scale part, or 1/400 scale model. Has 913 parts, and I believe that actually includes the Photoetch and the wooden decks, which this kit comes with. This is going to be a buddy build with Eric from Rascals Hobbies, and he's already done an out-of-box review, so I'm going to do a quick out-of-box review, probably 20 to 30 minutes, taking some parts out of the bag, showing the differences between the kits. He actually bought the model from me, the one that he has, the 2004 version, when this came out, and I really, really wanted the Platinum Edition because of the wooden decks and the Photoetch. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and pull the top of the box off, and you can see that the Goof Crew is standing there waiting to start on this kit. On Eric's review, he did say, this is a really nicely molded ship. Very nicely done. Very little flash, if any flash. I don't think there is any flash on the main ship pieces. It's a two-piece hull. I like better when it's a one-piece hull, but I'll deal with it. It's also going to be, at least for me, lit, which means like places right here. I'm going to have to build a light box for it. The engine pods go down below here. And that's one of the things that is unique on the Queen Mary, which happens to be the only ocean liner that is currently active in the world. The Queen Mary has no rudder, because what she's got engine pods, and the engine pods are faced kind of like airplane propellers. There's 4 of them. 2 on either side, and with the engine pods, there's 4 of them, 2 on either side. The 2 forward ones are stationary. They only point forward. The 2 aft ones can rotate 360 degrees around, so they act as a rudder, and they will actually turn the rear of the ship in conjunction with the bow thrusters. And actually, there is a little bit of flash, not on these ones, but on the ones here. And that's how the ship maneuvers. She can actually, I watched a video on her recently, she can actually, in place, not moving forward or back, spin 360 degrees around without moving forward. So let me move these parts out of the way, the hull parts. And this box is really, really well built. You have to pull these tabs out to get to the finger holes here and pull the rest of the box up. So let me switch over to my main building camera, and I will bring parts over one at a time. First thing I'm going to point out, Eric is very adamant. I think he even said it on his video. I'm not positive, but I know he said it to me. The first thing that you get that is in the Platinum build, or the Platinum Edition, that you don't get in the version that came out in 2004, they stapled the book. Eric is very upset that he doesn't have 2 8-cent staples in his book. Probably not even 8 cents, probably 2 cents. But they stapled the book. Doesn't really matter. At least not to me. She's going to be a very extensive build. There's a lot of good information on her. And she takes a full page of paints. I don't remember exactly how many. I think it was 29 that I ordered between this kit and another kit. The Herman Marweed search and rescue vessel that I will be doing later this year on the channel. But she's, like I said, she is a fantastic ship. And let's see, the old Queen Mary. I'm just looking real quick and seeing if it actually says when she was launched. I'm sure it does, but I'm not going to sit here and try and figure it out. But the video I watched a couple of days ago says that, and it's a year, maybe 2 years old, they expect her to still have a serviceable life of 37 more years, probably 35 at this point. So it's pretty impressive for an ocean liner. And the difference between an ocean liner, if you didn't know, the difference between an ocean liner and a cruise ship is that cruise ships are meant to stay maybe not within sight of the coast, but not very far from the coast. Cruise ships don't cross the ocean. Ocean liners cross the ocean. So, move the book out of the way. And we'll start first. Well, actually, start first since they're right here on top. I put them on top. Here are the decals. And as you can see, there are several pools that are going to be up on the deck. And those pools, I'm going to actually put some, I've got some fake water, basically, that I'm going to put in there. These, I believe, are going to go onto windows. This is going to go on some of the white parts on the superstructure. And I've seen somebody do it. I've been planning on doing it since I got this, since I did the Ida Blue. I did a Raytheon effect on a lot of the Ida Blue. I actually did not light block the Ida Blue at all. And that was before I did videos. But the Ida Blue is a cruiser, and so she's got a lot of lights going on. The way I put it on Discord the other day is that as a ocean liner, the Queen Mary is more stately and not a party boat. I mean, there are things that they have parties on there, but she's more stately ship. She's more along the lines of the Titanic, and she's actually 3 times the size of the Titanic. The Titanic could fit easily within the Queen Mary. So let me put the decals away. And this, let me double check, is that all of it? It is. This right here is what the difference is between the Platinum Edition and the Standard Edition. And you can't get the 2004 version unless you find it on eBay or somewhere else. They only are selling the Platinum Edition. And the Platinum Edition has wooden decks, a lot of Photoetch handrails. It has some brass parts and a separate set of instructions to show you how to put all that in place. This is what the Photoetch looks like, matter of fact. Oh, and here are the brass parts, which I don't think they're actually in this bag for the Photoetch, but I'm not sure. Of course, the obligatory little page here. Ah, there they are. Little page here, what is it? Safety advice that I don't think anybody actually reads. So here are the brass parts, and they are tiny. But they, it's just little details that it is going to be added. And actually, interesting. So these 4 pieces, or this tall piece here, the long piece, that is actually 4 separate pieces that you have to cut apart. And there's a little bit of brass in there. Similar to the Titanic, which I am also eventually going to get back to. Just going to spread these out. And when I first saw this, I was like, I have to have this. If Eric had not bought the Queen Mary from me, I would probably have to. I'm almost positive I would have to. And like I said, it shows on these extra pages where to put your Photoetch. An '07, it looks like, is a special piece of photo etch that is the posts for the railing. Railings will have to be painted. Probably will paint them on the sprue, the photo etch sprue. So let me put this aside, just because there is so much of it. And actually, I can see right now there is some slight warpage to the photo etch. Not bad, not anything I can't repair. Right here where my finger is, the sprue itself is a little bit warped. But as you can see, that's almost all handrails. Sorry about the glare. I'm not taking out of the plastic until I need to. Same here. A lot of handrails, a lot of ladders. And what unique thing is the tennis courts. These, once the decal goes on them, look so sharp based on the pictures I've seen. So let me slide these back in here. And I will get to the plastic. Eric reviewed the plastic inside the bags, which is fine. I am going to actually pull the plastic out of the bags. And then wooden decks. I believe these will not go on until way late in the build, where they're going to actually go, there's going to be some plastic pieces that go in some of these round spots, but I should be able to hold off on doing any kind of painting to the decks until way later in the build. And these are very thin. I mean, they're paper thin. There's a sheet of plastic on the back to keep the glue good. I've worked with them a little bit on that Titanic. They are very fragile, because I've actually had some break on the Titanic, and I had to do what I like to call surgery to get the pieces back. You can see main decks. I believe these cutouts are actually where lifeboats will go. So let me get this back in the bag and then get the photo etch back in here and set it somewhere where it's out of harm's way. Plan on starting this within the next day or so. Might even start it tonight during Kenny's stream, if he does stream. So we're gonna take the large bag first. I do have to say that when they bag their parts, Revell does actually a pretty good job. It is a huge bag here. And unlike Eric's, Eric did not see any flash on his, and I think it was because his bags were, or he left his parts in the bags. Right here on one of the decks, there is a bunch of flash, but these sprue pieces will get cut out. This is, like I said, I think this is one of the main decks. I think this is actually the full size of the ship. Maybe a little bit, maybe not, but it's close. There's the stand. It'll sit on here. And the lighting that I do, I will actually pull the wires up through the stand, through the side of here, and put the wall wart on there. Any of you who don't know, the wall wart is the power plug to the wall. While I'm putting these away, I'm being very careful to make sure I don't lose any parts. This is the main front of the ship. Actually, just, from the special or the video I watched, this is designed to keep wind while they're traveling from blasting the balconies for from paying passengers. Smaller screw on top of here. more decks, and there is ribbing for the decks. That's not going to matter. I'm not planning on sanding that off so that the wood decks stick. They should stick fine by themselves. Here's a couple of the engine pods. I don't know if that's a station. It looks like it's the stationary ones. Roof of the having a brain fart here. Roof of where they steer the ship from, which they don't use. This ship does not have a wheel. It's steered by a little puck, basically. More decks, if I can get this out. Some more decking. I believe this is the forecastle. Is that what it's called? Or the forecastle? Some upper decks, some stairs. You can see the stairs in there. This is part of the, that might be the entire bow thruster other than the doors, because it's got the propellers on either side. And I'm about to have a part drop off. Just had a thought. Oh, the doors on the bow thrusters will also move. They'll rotate. So this here, that is the top of the losing my ability to speak the English language. The funnel, that's top. It goes on the top of the funnel. You got sides here where they've got the where the balconies are. This should have clear parts on it that will, to act as the railings on the balconies. And that's all that's in the first really large bag. The rest of the bags are a lot smaller. Interestingly enough, I have a piece of sprue just laying in the box. Some clear sprues, a couple of really small sprues, and then one larger sprue. Give me just a second while I put these larger sprues into the bottom of the box. As long as the sprues are in the box, I shouldn't lose anything even if it falls off. And I'm expecting that this is probably going to be at least a 6-month build. It will not be the only thing I build during the 6 months, but I expect it's going to take at least 6 months to build. And I'll build other ships or other models in the interim because, to keep me from going insane from building just this one. I've built ships not quite this size, but I've built some, and it is really good to have another project to do on the side. So these are identical, and this will be more balconies. These, I think, are the weather radar. That's pretty interesting. So right there, these 4 pieces here are part of one of the propellers. So the propellers are actually you have to build them. Here are some, not really, you can call them cranes, but they're actually just the lifeboat holders. They'll drop the lifeboats down. I believe these are a couple of the wing, I don't know what they're called, but they're basically wings that stick out into the water to keep the ship smooth during heavy seas. Lifeboats. Lots of little lifeboats. 2 sprues of little lifeboats. And then this one matches the first sprue. Like I said, there are the holders for the lifeboats that would drop them down into the water. Got 2 more bags of white sprue and then the clear. And I will end up with a bunch of little tubs all over the place, or all over the shop, while I'm building this to hold already assembled pieces. These are 2 identical sprue here. Railings, which I will not, well, it depends on how the Photoetch goes. Truly, the thing I wanted most for this was wooden decks. If the Photoetch railings don't play nice, I may use the plastic railings. Another sprue of plastic railings. And yet another sprue of plastic railings. And these are actually, looking at it, these will be up on the fore of the ship. There's actually, it looks like, I think those are ladders. Not sure what those are. Get what looks like the larger of the 2 clear plastic bags. And the clear plastic, unfortunately, they did not, like some model companies are doing now, they didn't wrap it in foam. But at this scale, at 1/400 scale, I don't think it's really going to matter. Like I said earlier, this should be railings, similar to what they have on actual cruise ships. It's a clear plexiglass and then railings. I may or may not actually try and color those. I'm probably going to leave them clear. Windows for the, still can't remember it. Windows for the front of the ship. Actually, more windows here, more of the clear railings. Lots and lots of clear railings. Actually, these are probably windows because these are half size. So these will probably be windows that go in from the inside. These will be railings that go onto the balconies I showed earlier. This part in particular should be part of the complex with the tennis courts. Glass pieces here or clear plastic, those will go in some of the lifeboats. Might try and light a couple of lifeboats this time. I didn't on the Ida Blue. Might be interesting to try that. This is the last sprue, or last bag of sprue. I cut the plastic because I was opening it from the wrong side. And it looks like these may be, no, they're not. I was going to say it may be identical sprues, but here a whole bunch more of the railings for the balconies. Other side of the tennis courts, looks like there's going to be a total of 8 lifeboats that have windows in them. More windows for the ship. Not sure what these are going to go for, but we shall see. And that, my friends, is all the sprue that are, all the parts for the ship. Like I said, I'm excited about this build. Eric has done his out of box. He's chomping at the bit to get started because he doesn't want to start before I do, since this is a buddy build. I know it's gonna take me longer to build mine than it is gonna take him to build his, but that's okay. I believe this is his first large ship of this type, cruiser or cruise ship type of build. So we'll see. It'll be a lot of fun. I am looking very much forward to it. Like I said, I expect that I will probably start it by this weekend, if not tomorrow after work. So, hope you enjoyed this review of the ship. Hope it, gives you a little bit of insight into what I'm going to end up doing. And thanks for stopping by. Also, I would be remiss if I did not say this. Please stop by HobbyLink International. Link should be in the link will be in the description when I post this. And give a like and a subscribe if you want to see this build as it goes through. And don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified whenever I'm going to stream or I'm going to post another video. With that, I want to say have a great day, have a great evening, whatever time you happen to be watching this. Take care of yourself, and I will catch you in the next video or live stream. Have a good one.